The Joe Rogan Experience.
Eddie said he was a CIA.
It was before Eddie was deep into conspiracies. Back then, it was like he was like into UFOs and shit. It was barely into conspiracies. He's way off the deep end.
See, you got me into UFOs, man. That guy, goddamn. Like, well, maybe it is true.
I'm scheduled to have a phone call this afternoon with George Knapp. He wants to brief me on all this shit. George Knapp is the guy that broke the Bob Lazar story in the 1990s.
Yeah.
And, he shares my opinion. He's like, most of this is bullshit. Most of these people are liars. Most of these people are crazy.
Right.
But there's some real shit out there, too. Like a lot of these Air Force pilots, that they have eyes on this fucking thing that's going 600 miles away in a second, like dropping down from 60,000 feet to 10 feet, like in a second.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't know what the fuck this is. We have no idea how these things are doing this.
Right. And that's not some hillbilly, like, just talking about Sasquatch.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it's Air Force pilots.
Yeah.
People who, they're trained to fly jets and have gunfights in the fucking sky.
Right.
These are exceptional human beings.
Yeah.
When they see things like that, you got to go, they know what the fuck they're seeing.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Who knows? The thing is, like, every day you could go out there and look in the sky and you don't see shit. You go, there's nothing up there because you're not seeing it. But if you go to a fucking lake, you're never going to see a shark. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it doesn't mean sharks aren't real.
Right.
It's like you're looking in the wrong spot, or you aren't there when they show up, but they're real. So we have enough accumulated data to know that, there are sharks. They are real, but they're not in lakes. They're in the ocean. Here's where they are. This is how you find them. Go to South Africa. Oh, look, there's a shark.
Yeah, let's go to Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. Or fucking Catalina. Off of Catalina, there's a shit ton of them.
I worked at a Boy Scout camp in Catalina, and I was teaching snorkeling. And that was like, the whole time I was shitting myself.
Oh my God.
It's the nicest water in the world, though. It's so warm and salty. You just float,
We did Fear Factor out there a couple times.
Really?
Yeah, we did a couple of stunts.
Nice.
A couple of water stunts.
It's a cool spot. We stayed on the other side, like there's the hotels on the one side and everything. We were on the other side, the campsites. It was awesome. Awesome. I was like 13 and I got so roasted. My entire body became one blister.
Oh no.
Stupid. I was stupid.
No sunscreen?
None. Out there all day long. Yeah.
So I don't know if, UFOs are real, but it's certainly believable enough. It's not like the sky's empty. It's filled with stars.
So do you think, now after speaking with them, do you think we've had contact like that?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
because
but
they could have been lying.
Your own opinion, not for the listeners, not for anybody else. Just you, when you're at home and you're chilling, do you think it?
I don't know. I really honestly don't know. I couldn't say yes or no. I'm more inclined now to think there's something going on than I was before I met Lazar and watched that documentary. Because I was on the, not that I was saying that aliens are not real. I think there's 100% life out there.
For sure.
Let's just say that.
It's too big.
Right. It just doesn't make any sense that there isn't.
Right.
It's the question of whether or not it ever has gotten here before is the weird question. And it's also, the problem is that you feel foolish talking about it because so many people who believe in it are foolish. And so many people who tell stories, their stories are foolish. So you feel foolish kind of going along with it.
Right.
But I'm very careful about stuff like that because I'm like, just because something makes you feel foolish doesn't mean it's true. Or doesn't mean it isn't true. Yeah. So I definitely think there's a very high likelihood that there's life out there. And it's entirely possible that something's gotten here before. But as to whether or not something really has made contact with people, I don't know. If I would say, like, where's my scale, it's like probably 65% believe.
Yeah.
35% going,
Especially after talking to that guy.
Yeah. But he could have experienced something that was an experimental aircraft that they didn't want to tell him.
Right.
You never know, man. I mean, I just don't know what the tech. Look, I'm a moron. Like, I don't understand physics at all. I have no knowledge of propulsion systems or mathematics, and I don't know what the top of the field in propulsion experts are capable of today. I don't know. There might be some shit that they're working on that they've never really perfected, so they've never actually implemented it in the battlefield or something like that, but they have some sort of a drone that looks like it would be filled with 3-foot-tall people like these aliens that they described. I don't know.
And they're not going to fill you in on that. If you think it's aliens, then fine, it's fucking aliens.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, who knows what that was? I mean, they're taking this guy who was a physicist from Los Alamos Labs who went to Caltech, and they sent him to these classes at MIT to learn fucking nuclear shit, and then they try to see if he can figure out how to back engineer something. They try to say that doesn't mean it comes from another world. I mean, it could have been a Russian thing. It could have been something that the Germans figured out. I mean, I don't know. But I'm more inclined to believe him than not believe him.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was full of it, you know.
Exactly.
And just looking at him, he also didn't seem like he even wanted to be here.
He didn't.
He was just like, I'm done with this.
He was getting migraines just talking about it before we even got out here. It's like, I just gotta tell you, I'm getting a migraine. Yeah. And like, you know, Jeremy was trying to talk him into doing it. Like, we're gonna be fine, George. I mean, Bob, this is important. It's really good to do this, and we're gonna be able to really get the story out. But I think more people told me that they got more out of the conversation because it's just him talking, no spooky music, no edits. Right. And you get to see, like, he's honest about what he knows and doesn't know. And when he would say, like, what do you think about this? He's like, maybe, I don't know. Right. I mean, it's like, he wasn't a bullshitter.
He didn't seem rehearsed or full of shit, nothing.
No.
Like, what he was saying, if he didn't believe in that, at least to himself, what he was saying, I'd be fucking amazed.
And his story has not deviated in 30 plus years, which you can't, you try to have me tell a story of something that actually really did happen from 30 years ago, and I probably told it a bunch of different times.
I don't know what we started the podcast
exactly.
with, you know?
It's hard to remember, especially when my memory varies day to day. Like, some days it's awesome, and some days it's dog shit.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works, huh?
Yeah.
You've had a few concussions, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Same here.
Yeah.
I have horrible memory.